Good morning, Chairman Zako Kubabu Zako Bote Bagagawa Nange Muri Mutia. Chairman Zak. GBM nechitundu si abanaku oli mutufu nenga mwasuze mutia, but people spend that data abantu. I find that these days instead of watching TV, they actually use digital platforms like this one. That's where they get most of the things that they need. Personally, I don't remember the last time I watched TV. My kids too over TV bajisako ku Saturday. They're either on the laptop or they are on their mother's phone. And I think we are moving away from the traditional TV watching society to a more digital kind of arrangement where we literally get everything that we want from using our phones. Nenga, good morning. Chairman Zako bali kubuza kubagagaba naffe. Muyombya ma Triple M Bashiri Ugambo tia Jones Info VIP, Paul Sema VIP, Rama Charity Organizations VIP, Walaikum Musalam wa rahmaturahi wa barakatuhu. Nakate Christine, Igumba Jonathan, Asha, Kamuka Godwin, Mwasuze Mutia. You guys remember we talked about the Kaizen? Do you remember? We last talked about the Kaizen principle in 2022, I think. That's the last time we talked about the Kaizen principle. And we talked about it, how Toyota is applying, or how Toyota has been applying the Kaizen principle in their production. Honda too applies the Kaizen principle, and literally the entire Japan applies the Kaizen principle in what they do in their daily life, in business. What the Kaizen simply means is that you improve bit by bit every day. So we're going to try and explore that a little more and also learn how we can apply that in our lives. It's of course, if you're looking to achieve big things and you're looking to achieve great milestones, sometimes you cannot achieve at once, but if you apply the continuous improvement, which car is supposed to be put on guards. There are cars you look at with guards and they are like sent from hell. Bruce, I believe there is no car that should have guards. That's what I believe. I think it's the conjunction junction bubiri wali. That's what happens. Bruce, I believe there is no car that should have a guard. If it needed to have a bull bar or a guard, it should have come with it. And those are normally for off-road vehicles. And the off-road vehicles come with bull bars, even when you go to the zero mileage dealerships. Yeah, I'll show you. So the Catholics, know your. The Catholics today, you guys start Lent like me, and you need to go to church and get the cross put in your forehead. Yeah. So the Muslims started on Saturday. So even the Catholics are starting now Lent, So even my son Urban is going to church through their school, of course. We had to sign forms. You know, in CJR guy, you need to sign you need to get permission from people for everything. Like for when we are going to take pictures of people at plateaus, give them consent. Excuse me. We give them consent forms. They need consent to be for their pictures to be taken. Either if someone doesn't consent, we don't take pictures of them at all. So even in your businesses, you can start applying the same. So my kids are going to start Lent as well. They're probably telling them the significance of that, and so they are taking them to church bafune evu, so that they start. Now there is no eating meat on Friday, and then of course you fast the thing that you like most. My youngest son likes Rolex, so I don't know if he's going to fast the Rolex, but he's a young kid. Good morning, Eric Chisitu. Digital number plates, it's a disaster for now. Digital number plates are going to set us back by like 5 years. In miaka etano, we're going to be disorganized. You know how Uganda things can be. Because new cars keep coming, wano wewaleta jam. Morabao, abachama tebamanyi moroka. Abayingira baba manyima. Ne wali ku church. Good morning, Henry Modern Jews. Wasuzo tiakansudoli steady nyo. So guys, for the Catholics, you should go to church. That's a Catholic church. For office, muba muri aho nga Reverend Father zenga abasigevu. That's what happens. So you guys go babasigevu mutandiko okusiba. You want to be in the good books of God, yeah? Joseph Pali Kudembe, good morning. So we're going to be talking about the Kaizen and how you can apply it in your daily life. Now, I understand we literally want to improve. We want to have a better house. We want to have a better car. We want to have a better life. The camera is not clear. Is blood? Are you sure? Are you sure it's blood? It might actually have to do with the network, but let me clean it. Is that better? Is that better? If it's not better, then it might actually have to do. It might have to do with the network. Sometimes the network is poor these days. I don't know why. We need some regulation, yeah, because we have less than 15 million people using internet every day, and yet the internet is bad, yeah. Ifris biakomawa. My guys, Joseph, me I do Ifris. Ko office wangi. I do IFRIS by force. Either today I'm going to file VAT. I even file monthly VAT. I file monthly VAT. So IFRIS, people pay IFRIS. You just have to be paying it for you to understand that IFRIS actually exists. You may not even pay attention to the fact that it exists, but it does. People do IFRIS. And the IFRIS is not paid by the business. It's you, the people, that pay. So if you get a receipt from a supermarket, chances are high it has 18%. Which take it. Good morning. Honda Vezel 2014. The Hondas are good cars. Yeah, I know if you went and started reading what is on the internet, you'll end up buying Hondas instead of Toyotas, because they'll tell you Honda is the most reliable car, more reliable than Toyota, longer lasting than Toyota. But in Uganda, there are some things that change a little bit. Like for example, in Uganda, you will realize that fixing or keeping a Honda on the road is one of the hardest things to do. Which take one of the hardest, by the way. So just know that. So the Honda Vezel might be one of the good cars if it's still okay. Maybe that's when you start knowing that nobody can stop ringing. Speaking of schools, ask for consent. Man, I was in P3 and they forcefully immunized us for bilharzia without asking our parents and say choose. Chairman Zach, they cannot do anything. They can't do anything without you. They don't even publish kids' pictures without the parents' consent. If the parent says, I don't want my kid's picture to be anywhere, even if the kid is in those pictures, they will either blur the face of that particular child or not use the picture altogether. Dr. Daniel Ranga, good morning. How are you? How are you, Dr. Ranga? So Dr. Ranga is a psychiatrist. You guys, I need to talk to Dr. Ranga because he's a psychiatrist. There are questions I have for him, but he gets very busy. So he refused to give me time. So you guys ask him for me to give me time. Hey, Lucky Mose, good morning. Kisambia Daniel Frederick, good morning. How are you? Continuous improvement, the Kaizen principle. This is the principle that is used by Toyota, Honda, and plenty of Japanese businesses. That's why if you realize, if someone knows the Japanese quality, you bring to them a brand new Chinese product and used Japanese product, the chances are high they are going to buy Japanese used product. They believe the Japanese product is superior in quality. So continuous improvement is what we're going to be talking about. Remember, we talked about it as being used by Toyota, yeah. But also the last time we talked about it, we talked about us applying it in our businesses, yeah, applying it also in our lives. Now, the Kaizen principle has things that we're going to talk about. It also has some models that you can use, okay, to make sure that things are better. The first thing you need to do is start small, yeah. Now, the key principles in the Kaizen is you improve continuously. Network. So let me go back a bit. The principle of Kaizen dictates that one, you improve continuously. You don't stop. Like the improvement process is never ending. It's like moving. You continue moving. You remember when said kutambula watching moving. So you keep moving, keep improving every day, and that's something that we need to do as a people. Two, you involve everyone that should be involved to make sure that you improve together. Three, you make small incremental changes. Yeah, like every morning when you wake up, you improve. You remember the thing I said about how most Ugandans build their homes? Most Ugandans cannot afford to build a home at once, so they do the small incremental changes. You buy the plot, you get a building plan approved, then you get the foundation built, then you go up to the wall plate, then you roof, then you do the ceiling, then you put the windows and doors, then you plaster, then you do wall preparation. You get it? So we do those small incremental changes on our houses, and then there is something called elimination of waste. So you eliminate all kind of waste. You eliminate all kind of waste that you eliminate all kind of waste. You don't waste anything, any kind of resource, and then you standardize. Yeah. Once you have figured out how to make things happen, then you standardize, and you can even write like a manual or something. That's why you find that organizations that have standardized have operating manuals, they have employee manuals, they have, and stuff like that. Yeah. And then you focus on quality, and then afterwards you have a customer-centric approach if you're a business. Yeah. But I find that we all have customers. Even in your home, you have a customer. The customer might be your partner or your kids. So you focus on them, on giving them the best that you can. And then there are tools and techniques in the Kaizen that we are going to explore. Yeah. And I want us to focus on those ones. The first tool is called PDCA. You plan, you do, you act. You plan, do, you check, and act. Yeah. And then they also have what they call the 5S framework. And then they also have what they call the Gemba walks. Then they have the value system mapping. Then the root cause analysis. The root cause analysis. These are things that you can choose to use only one, or you can use a number of them, all of them at once. Yeah. So the goal for Kaizen principle is to start where you are. Start where you are with what you have and continue going. And we can apply this in our general life and business. Remember yesterday I was talking about how you should buy the car you can afford right now, because I have seen a lot of people that come to me naga atha na million abiri luli nenda funa ebizuka ziri 14 naye katukuruno tugule kye tugula nayongerezako edda and I upgrade the car. It's important for us to understand that where you are is good enough right now. Where you want to be will be good enough when you're there. So you start where you are. And you know the thing that has been said, I've seen a lot of motivational speakers telling people, Osango muntu bali mu nyumba ya milioni bina, nenga business yedi mu milioni 15. What probably they don't know about most Ugandans is that most Ugandans have never held 100 million, 200 million at once. Nangi sizikwatangako at once. Oshegera. 5 years from now, so okusanga ni mu nyumba ya milioni 2. But that's because I started small. Natandika nekena ino bazali milioni 5 nende etani basimu omusingi nenjuwa material ne bazimba nenzimba ke kitundu like that. So I kept doing those things until I was able to finish. But I also know, like the engineer I normally tell you about, the one that I got from here, he has clients, he's doing big projects, and he has customers of his that start and finish the project. Omwako ogwo sente zibeera we zitandika ekizimbe ne zikimala kakibere kya milioni 5. And actually, when I went to inspect the car for him, because he bought a fielder from the bond, he told me, Arthur, one reason I'm buying this car now is because I went to see a customer, and this customer gave me, she gave him 200 million. So he had to ask the customer to drive him back to his office or to the bank, and he said, now I think I need the car. If I get customers giving me money, they need to be able to trust that the money will get safely to the bank and it will do what I need it to do. Start small. For example, with exercise, you see how I'm doing 5 kilometers right now. Like today, I'm going to run, and I'm going to do 5K. Yeah, I'm going to do 5K. Why am I doing 5K? When I run, like if I run on the road, I can do up to 15K a day. I can do 15K. That's because I don't get bored. I keep seeing different things. On the field or on the pitch where I'm running right now, it bores me. I'm one person that gets bored very fast. I used to run 2K when I was doing the field because I would get bored. Even now I get bored. That's why sometimes I'm slow, sometimes I'm fast, and stuff. So it depends on what music I'm listening to. If I listen to very fast music, I can end up going fast. But I get bored very fully. I can do 4 minutes. So that's small for me. I can run 15 kilometers, but I cannot do it now because the discipline to handle the boredom that comes with me running 25 laps on the field. Yeah, that's something I've not developed, but I'm starting small with what I can afford. You get it? So it also goes back to reading. It goes back to you eating healthy. You start small. It starts also with saving. You may not be able to save $1 million shillings even when you make 10, but you start by saving 500K, and then you realize, oh, I can actually do it. I can actually do it. And then you continue by improving. Yeah. So small steps will enable you to like deal with the resistance. Or take it, even the bad habits that we have. You start by stopping pora until you give it up. Or say, as long as you realize it's a bad habit. Eating unhealthy food, doing things that are bad for your family, yeah, quarreling, and stuff like that. Yeah, you start important until you get there. And of course, the goal is to focus on continuous improvement. You continue improving, even if it's a bit. Like if I want to do 10K on the pitch, that would mean I have to do 50 laps on the field. Now, 50 laps are a lot because I get bored very quickly. I think Aban has also picked up on that. He gets distracted very easily because he gets bored very easily. You get. On the other hand, his young brother is not like us. His young brother can focus very well. He doesn't get bored very easily. So the young brother is like the mother. So for us to continue improving, we need to evaluate the progress to see, are we improving or not? And what did we do? For example, if you're if you're evaluating yourself every week, you see what did I do this week? What did I do last week? Have I improved? And if I have, what do I need to do better to improve next week and stuff like that? And then you have to eliminate waste. Because you don't want to waste energy, you don't want to waste money, you don't want, and there are things that we do that basically waste our time, they waste our money, they waste our energy. So you want to stop like wasting your resources in those activities and areas, and focus on the things that are profitable to you in one way. Yesterday I was doing an introduction to marketing, and we were talking also about budgeting, and the goal was, we were talking about for example, sales promotion. And the philosophy is, if you're a business owner and you do a sales promotion campaign, let's say you sell cars and you say you don't just wake up in the morning and say our cars are reduced by 20%. That's money that's supposed to come from the marketing department. You give the marketing department 100 million. If you're going to reduce by 20%, which translates into 50 million, the marketing department should pay for that, because it's them that are trying to propel sales, or it's them that are trying to create demand for the products. You get. And one lady that was in the class was surprised. She works in a hotel in Kalangala, and she was saying, you know what, for us, my bosses just wake up in the morning and they say we are reducing the cost of the rooms by 20%. And she still said, but we are still struggling even when we reduce the cost of the rooms. And I told her, precisely, you're struggling because instead of doing sales promotion the right way, you're doing it the wrong way, and you don't want to do it the wrong way. The right way to do, guys, it's the network. For me here, my view is actually quite good. The right way to do sales promotion is to have a budget to cover what you're losing by reducing the price or by giving away free stuff. Then, of course, you want to standardize the good habits. If you find that something is working for you, find a way of making sure that it's a standard. Okay, it's a standard, because, like, for example, we use Mama Urban is like sometimes works on the kids with their projects and she sleeps late, and I'm struggling to make sure that she learns how to let go of the kids project sometimes and get rest. And we are improving little by little. You get. And there are certain bad habits that people grow up in their homes. Like, someone might grow up in a home where they eat at 11 p.m. They start their own family and they start eating at 11. And they also eat at 11 p.m. That's something I worked on to try and make sure that we start eating early. And slowly by slowly it worked. Now we standardized that. We eat very early. Or say we don't eat late. And it's a standard. Even the maid would know that we are coming back by 7 p.m. The food should be ready. That's something that now we have standardized. So you want to standardize the things that are working for you and do away with the things that are not working for you. Watch together. And then there's this the approach of PDCA: plan, do, check, act. So you want to plan, and in any plan there are objectives, and the objectives, remember, they're supposed to be smart objectives, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. Yeah, and time bound. And yeah, so you plan, but you make sure that they are small, achievable ones. For example, if you're not the kind of person that drinks water every day, or you don't like the taste of water like me, you find a way to make sure that you drink. Okay, probably you could get a water bottle and you drink. You make sure that by the end of the day, you have taken all the water in that bottle. That way you are hydrating, but it's a habit that you have developed as an individual. Which take it. And then you do, once you have planned, then you start taking action. You say, now I've said I'm going to hydrate. You start hydrating. Then you check, you reflect on the progress, and then in the end, you act. You adjust. After checking the progress, then you adjust. method okategedde. You plan what you want to do. Yeah, then you do it. Then you check progress. Then you improve. Kaizen, improve the routers. As a whole, I've bought 5G routers and I got tired. I bought the Airtel one, I bought the MTN one. I've actually bought like more than 2 at a time. I have them. If you're Airtel, be box video, if you're MTN video, you know. So I've been buying these things and they're disappointing as well. You get. And then there is another thing. You need to involve others. If abaye rero nze nkulebere convoy yevuga one way. So let's finish the one way and then we go back to our topic. Every time I come over, you make me pay. When I come over, you make me pay. But why? Give me some love, be my better half. I promise I will never let you down, my girl. Jewelry, all the pins, many things don't mean nothing. First and last, you got my heart. I ain't much of me, I'm back. I say yes, I say no, I say baby, let's take it slow. You are my number one girl, you are my girl. You make me big, you make me big. Every time I come over, you make me big. But why? But you never ever take what I say. You see, I need you. But you do what you do every day. Round my world, it goes around and round. I love this, I need you, I never leave you. I'm telling this every day, every night. That I really feel you. I can't deny. Give us a chance, you and I. Give us a chance, you and I. It's gonna last for long. Time does not wait. Okay, man. So guys, we are talking about the Kaizen. We have said involve others. You want to involve others, one, because they help you get better. but also too, because they can help keep you accountable. If you are in a home and you want to improve something, probably, like you see, there is a time when I wasn't like a regular car washer. And then I realized I was one parent that had one of the oldest cars at my kids' school. And then I started making myself accountable by making Mama Urban understand that my car is old, but it's not going to be the dirtiest ever again. I'm going to wash my car every day. And that's how I started the thing of washing the car every day. And now she started keeping me accountable. Every time the car would be, it would be clean there sometimes. And when it was clean, she would tell me, you know what, you don't need to wash the car today. And when it was dirty, she would tell me, don't forget, we have to wash. Avane paku parking. Why? Paku parking. Nasuze bulungi paku parking. Gwe kyo tekifaako. Wengenda ngenda bera weda chika 2. 2 minutes. Pa parking. Mutebire yakola ebintu. Pe parking. So guys, we are talking still about the Kaizen principle, and you guys, I need you to give me like one minute. Only one minute. I'm delivering something here. Mubale kumoroka. Okay, guys, one minute. Let me deliver something here. These are over seconds. Then we'll get to that. Tukomyewo. Aneka music Jaise kaja mbade sina mwende kamuka music rwansonga. Emoroka, I had to turn it off and lock the car because there was no other person in the car. Sorry about that. So anyway, Kaizen. We're talking about the Kaizen principle. We talked about involving others, and the other part we are going to talk about is the 5 S's. Now the 5 S's like apply a lot in personal life, yeah? Why? Because you want to sort stuff. Like normally our personal life is like we have one challenge. The challenge is disorganization. Sicho, like things are not going the way we want. And majority of the time when things are not going the way we want is because we are disorganized. Not because we are not working or we are not making good money or we are not making enough money, let's say, or because we don't have the right people around us. But sometimes it's simply because we are disorganized. So the 5 S's, Kaizen, zitandika with sorting. They start with sorting. Remove the unnecessary things from your life and basically have the things that you need. You sort the bad from the good and you keep the good, you take away the bad. And we always know what is bad for us. We always know what is good for us, but we keep doing the bad because the bad is in the short term is nice, feels good, it's easy to do. You get it? And then we ignore doing the good things because they are hard or because they require discipline and we don't want to have the discipline, yeah? So the 5 S's say you first sort the good from the bad, the beneficial from the non-beneficial, and then after you have sorted everything, you organize. Yeah, you set in order. That's the second S. You set in order. You have the good things now, so you put everything in the right place where it has to be. Which take it, because once you put the things where they have to be, it's quite easy for your life to be better. Like you see, sometimes you cannot go to the gym. You think you don't have time, but actually, gym does not require you to go there for 3 hours. When you go to the gym to actually work out, like I worked out with Chris Fitness sometime, you basically need 40 minutes. You need 40 minutes in the gym for you to work out and say, I have worked out properly. I remember the last time I went to the gym, very first, really, when my producer told me, I went to the gym, I found this other guy that was working out. We worked out for 40 to 50 minutes and I left. And the only thing I think we hadn't done was the squats. We did not do squats, but we worked on every other part of the body. You get. And then on Sunday, also, I went to the gym and I worked on every part of the body. I even did squats and I used only 1 hour. You get. So I find that you organizing your time in terms of what things are beneficial to me that I have to do, what things are not beneficial to me that I don't have to do. So you stop doing the things that are not good for you. You start doing the things that are good for you. And you organize, like on Monday, I'll do this. On Tuesday, I'll do this. On Wednesday, I'll do this. On Friday, I'll do this. You get. Life becomes a little bit, it becomes more peaceful, I would say. It becomes more peaceful. Parking away parking. Find your parking area reserved. Dr. Chisenyi. Let me find a different parking space. So you want to put everything in order of importance, or in the order that they have to do. And then after you have put it in order, make it tidy. When you make it tidy, and for example, for me, for running, making it tidy is making it known for the people that I work with that, you know what, guys, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm going to be running. So if I have to work with anyone, if you're creating, let's say, meetings and all those things, they have to be after 9 a.m. because I run up to like 9:05 and then I need normally 10 minutes to cool down and all that. So I've made it clear. So in the 5 S's, they call it shine. You make it shine. You get, and then you standardize, you create routines. And for me, I have certain routines that I have. And when I have a routine, life is actually much better when you have a routine, especially for us as men. So I would say obuli standard, obutali munyo stress, obutali munyo, obuli predictable. And then of course, then you have to sustain. So the 5 S's: sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. Sustainability is important. I think I talk about it when market Tuesday. Make sure you can sustain the thing that you start. If you cannot sustain it, don't start it. If instead of like employing 10 people at once in your business, you need to ask yourself, can I sustain being able to employ 10 people? If you can't, then employ only 2 or employ only 1, as long as you know you can pay this person sustainably. There are businesses that grow all at once. So the things that you cannot sustain, you don't do. You only do the things that you can sustain. And then, of course, practice reflection. Gemba works. Yeah. You observe your own life to identify areas of improvement and ask yourself, what habits are serving me well, habits are holding me back. And then you reflect, like every day or every month, you start reflecting. We all have habits ezituzamu mabega mubamu okuyomba obutasima, ingratitude, there is quarreling, there is having bad mood swings and stuff like that. And then people just cannot work with you because of that. Laziness, you get, yeah? And then of course you need to be patient and persistence. So the Kaizen is a long-term thing. Because it says continuous improvement, yeah, small improvements all the time. It cannot be something that you do at once. So you improve your life over time. Like I remember when the doctor told me I had hypertension in 2019. So I made it a point, and then I think it was sort of the Kaizen before I even knew about the Kaizen. And together with Mama Aban, we worked on it. First of all, we cut out of all the salt, like recommended by the doctor. We did cut out of the salt. And then I started exercising. And then I go for runs. And when I could not run, I would go for walks. And then I went to the gym, like massively. I worked out massively. And I somehow stress went, the weight went down, and then hypertension went away. And I don't think I've experienced hypertension ever since then. Now, yes, it's a little bit elevated, but not as big as it was then. That's because I worked on these things. There are things, of course, that the other people cannot work on for you. Like exercise, it's you. Like sometimes I run in the field alone. It's you, no one else. Like now there are people that are running, but before they were not even running. But I think now they see me running, so it's easier for them to know, oh, actually you can run, yeah? So there are things that you need to do alone because you know bikuyamba. But then you need to be patient with yourself. Sometimes you'll work and things will not work. Yesterday I was in the marketing, so I was talking to the lady, the one that has a hotel in Kalangala, and I was telling her, marketing is not magic. Marketing is not magic. That's why most businesses break even like in 3 years, 5 years. Yet they have functional marketing departments. So because marketing is not magic, it works over time. It's a long-term thing. Sales might be short-term, but marketing is actually sometimes branding is long-term. And then it's like I was hitting light bulbs in her head. Let's just go through some examples. When you're working on improving your meals, you start by like working on 1 meal a day. You got this meal, I'll make sure I eat an apple. And you start eating. Let's say if you need to eat 2 apples, if you need to eat avocado as well, you need to eat vegetables. I don't like vegetables. I don't even know why people like vegetables. Yeah, so I don't like vegetables and stuff like that. And then productivity, you can use a timer to say, for 25 minutes, I'm going to concentrate on this. I'm not going to look at my phone. And then the timer is there. You work. These things work, by the way. And then you can say, I'm going to, like for 1 hour every week, I will learn this new skill. 1 hour every week. And if it's like caring for your family, you say, I will call my family. If I have to call my grandmother, I'll call her at least once a week. And you continue improving. Let's say now I've called her once a week for a very long time. Now I'm going to call her twice. But they need to be intentional. And then with finances, I find that this is one thing that helps, is tracking your expenses and knowing where you put all your money. Because once you know where you put the money, it's easier to plan. I started calculating how much I spend on stuff at home. And I also forced Mama Aban to learn how to track when we were still in Kasangati. So we tracked and we knew how much we need. So now it's easy for us to plan. We know that we need this much things a week. and that's how we can buy on Sunday. We can actually even buy better quality things. Like the rice, we don't buy the normal rice. We buy the other rice. That's because we plan. You're not going to cook rice at kilo. You have the portions. It's very easy to try and manage those things. That's why you can find someone because they learn how to manage. So let's apply the Kaizen principle. The Kaizen is to go through it is continuous improvement. You plan, you check, you do, you act. You use the 5 S's. You sort, you set in order, you shine, and then of course you sustain. You keep going. Everything. If you think you're going to make things blow out at once, you may never do. Like there are people like me. Nti bwoyagala ozimba ennyumba y'emiliyoni 2 bwoyagala omale kufuna miliyoni 2 oyinza obutagizimba naye nga bw'otandika ne miliyoni 2 ate ogizimba nti miliyoni 2 zisobola okufunira approved plan. Omanyi nti kati plan yange ngiina eri approved. Bw'ofuna miliyoni endala 2 you bring the bricks and the sand. Miliyoni endala 2 ng'osasula seminti. Miliyoni emitwalo nga 5 ng'oyita abazimbi nga basooka bazimbako kibazimbi. Like that, guys. Thank you very much for being part of the broadcast. Kamba siibule ng'ene enzireke. Charles Sewaduka, I'm using a Samsung S24 Ultra. Yes. 22. I think it's a 22. It's a 22, not 24. Not 24. No, it's not a 24. It's 22. But I'm going to send for a phone. This is the first new Samsung I've bought, and I'm disappointed. So I'm going to buy another new phone, and I'm going to send for it. I'm going to send for it abroad, Europe. Wakati your quality, I'm thinking it must be better than these Chinese phones. But Ugandans hold Chinese phones, but I know the Chinese phones that we hold in Uganda are not the Chinese phones that the guys in Norway hold. What kuba waliwo enjawulo. Nyina comments emba disisomye wano ziriwa. Arthur helped me with an insight in the markets 2014-2015. Very good interview. It looks like 81 senior. Of course, the market was meant to get most of the cars that are actually is comfortable. Now, so register so take space as springs. So if you're going to buy a market like that, you make sure you buy a place where the roads you can actually manage the roads. Which together. Video quality loka unga kenyini, but nange munasonywa. Let me tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Yeah, I can do that tomorrow. Let's use MTN tomorrow. But MTN keeps switching off the internet more often than Airtel. That's the issue. That's why I just decided to go MTN ogenda okwesanga omala buddebo evaavaako emirundi mingi ne weesanga olina okugijjako osigale ku Airtel. That's the thing with after I've been traveling a lot abroad, but soon settling fully here, we'll have lots of time. Kale Dr. Ranga, I'll be waiting. Guys, kamba sibuling I find that running, I've cut a lot of weight. I don't think I even have the love handles anymore. Love handles, you know the love handles game when you see it. I don't, but it's because I run, of course, I do other exercises as well. Mama Abane is because you know how ladies suffer with tummy fat. So it's exercise but I also do a lot of exercises in that. Muyombia Mark Triple M, Paul Sema VIP, John's Info VIP, Rama Charity Organizations, Nakate Christine Igumba, Jonathan Asher, Chairman Za, Kamokama Godwin, Tumusime Bruce, Eric Chisito, Henry Modern Gis, Joseph Bali Kudembe, Zach Muganga, Gilbert Amanya, Asha, Wamala Williams, Manomba Mazebon, Dr. Daniel Ranga, Joseph Bali Kudembe Samia, Daniel Frederick, VIP, Lucky Mose, Sereko Starch, Jay Sekaja Isoba Ivan, Tumusime Bruce, okay, Juma Ali, Yusuf Minaj, Gozi Stanley, Dr. Ranga ngena muleta ku YouTube guys. But can't we get a good investor to deal with Uganda internet? Tuli bubi nnyo. I fail to tell people that Uganda is blessed because of fake internet. Internet yang isimaji. Internet yafe simanyo ba government regulating. So I actually ask for very good quality internet, for quality image on YouTube. George Senkubuge, Starch Events, Jay Sekaja, Isaac Ruyirika, Charles Sebaduka, David Mugabe, Nick Wabuya, and Regent Akinama Abadi Mukamore, didn't take it for granted. Thank you very much for being part of the broadcast. I wish a very, very lovely day. May the good Lord bless you. I'll see you tomorrow, Random Cat Talk Thursday. Ciao.